Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we have ourselves a track from an act named Adam McClelland titled Down, and if we switch over to here we have it on Spotify. We got a few other tracks here called Everything and Strung Out Over You, released in 2021, but we've got Down to listen to today. So we're going to listen through Down from start to finish, and we're going to hear what we think. Let's go.
I'm down, like a late night message saying wishing you were here so I didn't have to be alone. Down.
That's catchy as hell, man. Instantly, there's like a little bit of a rise there in the volume at the start. Yeah, it's quite loud. It's quite loud. It's kind of disconcerting how loud that is, but that's generally an indication that the track has been mixed and mastered well. If there's a perceived loudness without any weird distortion or anything like that, you know?
Like a Tennessee whiskey poured slow and in glass burns cool as it goes down. Like a home team gets the ball fourth quarter game when you know they gave it all down. Like a tailgate on a truck, feet swinging off the back, hanging out in the mud.
Before we go any further, I just want to say that, yeah, the production quality is sensational, but also we've got a really clear delivery of the vocals and the words here. Some interesting allusions to like the home team, everything like touching down, all this kind of stuff going on. I'm loving how much we're getting out of that. 2-chord progression / bass line we've got with some transitory chords in there. I'm liking how the drums had that nice little build fill in to go into the, wow. Okay. Damn, dude, I kind of dig this country rock. I haven't heard a lot like it, but I have a lot of respect for it. I like the warmness, the richness, the warmness, the warmth, the richness of that the gain on that guitar tone with the drums. The drums have a really nice resonance to them. Nice and punchy. And the vocals have been EQ'd and filtered well as well to sit in the mix really nicely. And we had some interesting, we had an interesting chord progression there. It wasn't just the same chord over and over. We had some fun sort of two halves to that hook. And again, he knew how to go between the halves and to carry those vocal melodies on to make it a nice effortless journey through it.
Like a first time payment on a house with good bones.
Oh, some arm mutes, okay, and a bass.
Like you and me forever. Holding hands on the swing, knowing this was meant to be.
Seriously, dude, the vocal fry in this guy is insane. I love the power in his voice. The power of him as a singer, as a vocalist, as a performer is really sensational. You can't fake that. That takes work, dedication, talent, and just a general sense of musicality that you don't always get from people. But Adam McClelland has definitely nailed it. Da, 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 da. I mean, I can't sing. I'm not a singer. Adam's the singer. But basically, I just like how we're not afraid to go into the next bar of the first beat of the next bar, you know? Like, and then the subject matter, not being afraid to be down with you, to be honest about how you love a person and how you feel about someone. I think that there's an authenticity with this performance. It's obviously going to be relatable to a lot of people. I think it's going to be well appreciated. It's smart stuff to write a song about, and it seems like Adam genuinely cares about this kind of thing. So it's a total package, you know. Sick little tom fill there. Cool. To never ever put you down. And instrumental part with the vocals here, cool. Some really subtle octave chords going there in that side pan of the stereo field. I love the additional bit of color it adds to it, whilst not being too dominant or anything like that. Oh, harmonized guitar solo. Haven't really heard a lot of this in this type of music before, but I dig it. I think it's fun. Before we go into I think this is the final chorus, the outro here, because if you look down the bottom, well, actually, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bar that goes through it. Because I've started putting the name of the song down the bottom during these reviews now. But basically, dude, I adore this. I adore this track so much. It's so clever how we have these musicians just like Adam McClelland perfecting their craft like this. I know that there's been like a standard of like an interlude with a solo and like the final chorus before, but for whatever reason, this just feels fresh. I think it's a compliment to both the production quality, but also how interesting the transitions are in the individual sections themselves. I wasn't expecting there to be that harmonized solo there. And there was a fun groove, da 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 da. There was a fun groove there. There was a vibrancy to that that's much appreciated, especially with the steadiness of the verses and chorus. Cool. Well done. Well done. Good job. Good job. I was so scared that we were going to sort of ham it up for a moment and do a double chorus. I was thinking, no, don't do that. Please don't do that, because you have like 20 to 30 seconds of real estate to focus on a specific part of the hook line, or to just have the instruments have more time by themselves, you know? You got this kind of backing vocals going on in the background, which is fun. You know, it's great. And the tail on the guitars with the drums and everything, there's a lovely ambience to it, lovely atmosphere, environment to it. You know, holy shit, that was a great track. Excuse the language, I'm just blown away by that. Adam McClelland with Down. You have a musician here who really knows what they're doing. Because this is, of course, the conclusion here. I have a lot of love for what's been going on with this track. It's not often that I find myself wondering if there's anything really to critique about a track, but this is one of those few times, because we have ourselves here a musician who is clearly capable of expressing themselves elegantly, but also technically competently with like the vocal performance within itself. The story, like if we go back a little bit, Never Gonna Let You Down, not gonna let you down. Like there's just a faithfulness, a trust that you can have in this person, and it's just explained really, in a way, it's really, really interesting throughout. And the power of the music combined with the youthfulness and vibrancy of it, combined with the polish and just a lot of different positive elements, really make for a track that it's you know, I can't really find any massive flaws with it. Anything beyond, there's no technical errors or anything like that. The instrumental performances were solid. The guitar, bass, with it, I could hear the bass in there. I think at parts, I could be tripping. It sounded round enough for there to be a bass. The bass was very subtle in the mix. I think I might have been rolling with the root notes of the chords, and just. Oh, you know, the vocals, everything sat so well. There was a lovely sort of, everything was sort of in sync when it needed to be, and there were bits taken away to change with the energy levels. Lovely dynamic range to the performance as well, as per the interlude, and when you compare that to the chorus. There were some builds there with harmonized vocals and other fun parts. There was no real filler or anything like that in there either. There's no parts where it just felt like it was superfluous. There was genuine intent to not waste the listener's time. There was careful consideration at every iota of this track in regards to, you know, is this working? Is that working? Is this too much? Is this too little? You know, I can just tell. And if this wasn't done, if Adam didn't go through this with a fine-tooth comb, then he's just a person who has an incredible amount of promise within the industry, and I really hope he continues. Because this is the level you need to be at in order to make it in this game. I'm not hyperbolizing that. You need to be at this good in order to have a chance. There's just too many people making music nowadays. You can't half-ass it. You have to be this good. It was fun to have the guitar solo in there. It was nice to have the different vocal styles and the emotional depth in the performance. The structure of it, you know, the verse, chorus, verse, interlude, solo. There's everything you could need. And it was under 3 minutes. That's what's so mind-blowing to me, is that he managed to fit it in to under 3 minutes. How do you do that? How do you do that? What is this? What is life, man? This is like a masterclass in this kind of country rock music. And again, I'm not exaggerating. I've listened to a fair bit of this kind of music by now. Not enough to say I'm an expert, but enough to be able to sort of appreciate the individual musical elements of it. Definitely a lot of rock music anyways. That's where I'm more based. I've listened to a lot of this from. It's if there is just a lot of this kind of music, if this is the industry standard, and there's stuff that's way better than this, because I live in New Zealand, we don't really have the country scene like you see over in the States and stuff like that. But it's just a whole nother level, man. Well done to Adam for this. And the recording, mixing, and mastering was just utterly sensational. You could tell that either Adam is a phenomenal engineer, or he got people into who really knew what they were doing, and it was well worth whatever was involved in it to be able to get it to that state. So well done. Effectively though, that is my review of Adam McClelland's Down, song called Down. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show Adam some love via his various social medias and Spotify page, and stay cool and stay safe. And please also remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than there with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. Catch you in the next review. Spider hands out.